Welcome back. It's been 2 months and almost 5,000 miles on the head since we bought our Grand Cherokee L. Now, if you've watched our channel, you know we had an issue with it right at about 200 miles. Ray Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram took great care of us, got us in right away, as you'd expect, but got us in right away and took care of us. So I want to do a follow-up video of what we've experienced in the last 5,000 miles. If you also followed that video, you realized we had maybe not the right equipment to start the vehicle. So I didn't get this as a review. I personally bought this, but I have kept this in the vehicle in the event it left us stranded again. The good news is it has not. Now I know what you're saying. Well, you've driven the vehicle every day. Let's talk about that. Side note, this thing for a couple $100 is great peace of mind. Knowing, I don't care what type of vehicle you owned, having something to jumpstart yourself or help someone else in need is definitely a valuable tool, and it's very well made. I would highly recommend something like this Genius jump box. So the good news is there's really not a lot to update you guys on. The vehicle will literally hit 5,000 miles here in the next couple miles. We parked at the airport for over a week's time without anyone starting it, came back to the vehicle, started fine. The vehicle has acted normally ever since the one day of a hiccup. Now, I read through a lot of comments on that video. My wife was at fault. She left headlights on. She left the door open. She left something running. If you've owned a vehicle in the last 2 decades, you probably know that even if you did leave the headlights on, that stuff is generally timed out, and the vehicle is smart enough to shut all that equipment down so you don't kill the battery. Battery safe protection has been going on for a long time. So those of you blaming my wife, you're wrong. On the flip side, on the flip note is, she came home at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Headlights weren't left on, visor mirrors weren't open, doors weren't open. It's definitely not what happened. The other thing, a lot of comments are, the batteries are bad. I agree with that one. It could definitely have been a potential issue. However, they did test out okay, and we haven't had a problem since. The other comment I've read is that the vehicle sat on a lot forever and the batteries were dead. You purchased it and drove it home and it died. I've seen that happen 100%. That's a really, really logical one. There are so many electronics in these vehicles, and if these vehicles sit on lots before they get to the dealership and whatnot. Having said that, this vehicle was a dealer trade and it came from over 200 miles away the day I bought it. So I don't think that was necessarily the case. Having said all of that, maybe it was a hiccup, maybe it was an anomaly. They checked all the software, checked everything out. We have not had an issue since in 5,000 miles. The vehicle has been great. I would hands down buy another one. I would hands down recommend Ray Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram as a supporting dealer. They have been phenomenal. The Grand Cherokee has been a staple of the Jeep brand. The Grand Cherokee L is probably no exception to that rule. We are extremely happy that we bought it. So as a follow-up to all of those asking, what's the latest been with it? So I guess no news is good news. I would hands down buy one again. And just remember, no manufacturer is immune from any issues, recalls, defects. It's how the dealership's gonna handle it for you. And overall, we've been very, very satisfied with our purchase. So if you're looking for that third row SUV, I could highly recommend the Jeep Grand Cherokee. You guys, thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for subscribing, and be sure to follow along for our next video.